Hello, and welcome to another edition of All Around Town. My name is Roger Wilson, and I'm the Director of Government Affairs and Policy. Today's guest is the Mayor of the Town of Emmitsburg, Don Briggs. Don, welcome to the show again.
It's a pleasure to be here again. Thank you.
You bet. I'm glad to see you on the show again.
Yep.
So, what's going on in Emmitsburg?
Oh, there's so much going on there. We're at the point where we're finishing our downtown, the square, with the State Highway Administration, a program. We partnership with them, and for the first time, we'll have the communities on the west connected with downtown. And when they finish the bridge, and within the next year, we'll have the whole community sidewalks upgraded, and it means so much to a town that you can walk in it. They're connected to it. We take it for granted, but it just gets us downtown and gets us to our parks. So it's going to be great. And that's part of our public realm, in which we've added a dog park, and we also rebuilt our whole pool. It was an old pool, but now it's a brand new pool, and about $500,000 into that. So, and connection with the park and everything. We're really excited about it. Also, we have a 14-mile multi-user trail, and that's become one of our commissioners pushed that, and it's really done all the legwork and everything for it, and it's our state and now it's sort of getting national renown as one of the best. So we're very happy with that.
Well, for our viewing audience, where's the Town of Emmitsburg?
We sit right up the top. We are the gateway to Frederick County, man. You come in, we're just below Gettysburg, and we share the same community of tourists that come through, and with the Mount and Gettysburg, and we have about 500,000 people come there to us. We have 2,900 people in the town, wonderful people, country virtue, a lot of them, and then a lot of people who've moved in. So it's blending very well.
So what's there to see in the Town of Emmitsburg?
Well, we have 4 museums, 2 fire, one at the Daughters of Charity and one over at the Mount, and archives to go along with them. That's a layer of culture you don't really understand. The town of 2,900 has that, and we have a $40 million annual budget, National Institute, not a National Emergency Training Center.
That's at the FEMA location?
FEMA and the Fire Academy. We have 20-some thousand firemen come there every year for education. If you go anywhere in the country, they know Emmitsburg. They don't know what state it's in, maybe, but they know the word Emmitsburg, because that's where we have the fallen firefighter memorial, which we
and that's coming up very soon.
Next weekend, we'll have 6,000 people coming to Emmitsburg.
6,000 people.
For events all through the weekend, starting Friday and Saturday, and ends up with the tribute, a service for fallen firemen who died last year and also maybe in the past. I think the county executive will give you a welcome there again, as I will too. We love to have Jan up there all the time.
Well, it's a tremendous thing that we do annually to recognize these individuals that and their families. It's so important, and we do it right here in Frederick County.
Right.
Yeah. So, so don't you have visitors that come to see the Seton Center?
I was going to mention that the Seton Center, they have probably about 60 to 70,000 people come there. She's the first Catholic American saint, and at a basilica, again, a basilica, and then a Homeland Security facility, $40 million budget to have that in a small town of 2,900 people that dine, and then the university with 1,500 students right there.
That's the Mount?
The Mount St. Mary's, and we're all good friends. We had a wonderful thing on Saturday where down at the fire hall Saturday we're opened up to the public, meet players and everything, because when they blend together, sometimes it can get rough around the edges a little bit, and but we're really working closely with the administration there to bring us to the happy land.
They have a great basketball team there too, don't they?
Yes, they do. And their lacrosse is good too, but their rugby, a former national champion, small college national champion rugby team.
Right here in Frederick County.
Yep, and right up there. It's the first time we've ever had a national champion here, I think, except for the basketball team back in 1962 at the
That's
Mount.
correct.
So,
Yeah.
and-
So, what's your challenges in the town of Emmitsburg?
well, we want to have things for young people to do. Now, we have the sports. The sports are there, Catoctin Youth Organization. We blend with Northern Frederick County and Thurmont and ourselves for producing athletes to go on and wherever they want to go, and that's there. But we need some more things, and we're really working with the Boys and Girls Club to see if we can get them to open up a little club up there for us, about 60 or 70 kids. Okay. That's where we really want that. The youth is where we want to be. There's so many challenges out there today about which ways they go, and all these attractive things that maybe it was beer in my generation, but now maybe it's looking at some of these things that can really be harmful to their lives. And we think highly of children. We're trying to do everything. We've connections to the path. We got an exercise trail down there that a lot of people are using. And it's also, all this stuff is for the youth. We want them to do it. And
well, this month we're celebrating National Clean Energy.
Right.
What is the town of Emmitsburg doing in that area?
I'm glad you raised that, because we've been working on the last 4 months with the county. Our town offices are in a county building. We manage it, but we have a long-term lease with the community center. We're putting in 4 electric vehicle stations there, and we will have electrical vehicle, and that will give people the opportunity. It's be on the map. If you're running out of electricity, go here and get it. And we're kind of working with our population to go this way. We're here to as a friend and to do things like that.
But that type of infrastructure will become even more important as the years come and more people start buying, electric vehicles.
Right.
It's almost just as having a gas station in place, in your town.
Right.
Where would these EV stations be?
They'll be at 300 South Seaton Avenue, which is the old high school, and it's the county building. Right behind there in the parking lot, we'll have 4 stations there.
4 stations.
We also have, we went to solar. So we have a lot, all our electricity, about 94% of our electricity is off the grid. And we're very, very proud of that. We're in our 5th year of that. So we're trying to do everything. We don't want to compete with our residents. So we've taken ourselves off the grid. It's maybe just a small amount, but we're doing that for everybody. And every jurisdiction should do this too.
Well, thank you for your leadership in that area. Yeah. What about the celebrations? Do you have any recent celebrations?
Well, we had Heritage Day in it's about the 30th or 32nd year we've had that.
Okay.
That's the last Saturday of June, and it's Community Heritage Day. Our Lions Club and all our other organizations, the Emmitsburg Business Professional Association,
right.
They all come together and really put that on, and we support that. The town, it's really become a special event with a parade and everything. It's always been there. Also, this next weekend we have the Fallen Firefighters Weekend.
Okay. All right. I know during the summer you celebrated the reopening of the swimming pool in the community. Right. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I'd say it started out as a fix of about a 40-year-old pool, 43-year-old pool. And once you get in there, and it's a brand new pool. It's $500,000 we spent on it, but really it's tripled. The use of the pool has tripled. And next year, because of grants, POS grants, we're going to go ahead and replace the bathhouse.
What does POS stand for?
What is it? I've got to remember. Project Open Space. There we go.
Right.
You almost caught me there. Yeah. You tell me you're going to do it. Okay. No, that's right. But it's, and we're thanks to the other municipalities and letting us run a little bit with a little bit more money, we're going to redo the bathhouse. But it's tripled the use of the pool. It's amazing. And
well, I know that it's been extremely beneficial to the public,
right.
To have that, asset in the community. you know, as you mentioned earlier about the young people having something to do.
Right.
I'm sure they enjoyed that this past summer.
Right. And we try to do everything we can for youth, and we're trying to do more. Churches, church council we were with on Sunday.
Yes.
You were a speaker there, and it was wonderful to have that about the unity of what we want to do as a community, and respect everybody. There's a funny thing of Bishop Tutu once said that it won't be long what we just call a green building a building. And that's the way it's got to be in the United States. There's no more division any way we can. We're all Americans and respect everybody as part of the universe. There's so much going on there with all these big players up there, and we're all working together. And they've got a great idea, and we work it around, and we want to eventually connect the Mount to downtown, and we're going to work on phase 1 of that in the next 2 years. I got 2 more years on my term, and we'll see what happens after that. But
you just recently had an election.
That's right, and Timothy O'Donnell and Clever Sweeney last night were incumbents were elected again. They ran unopposed, but they're wonderful, wonderful men, and we really respect our community.
I agree.
As you are.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I agree that you have a wonderful team there in the town of Emmitsburg, and thank you, sir, for your leadership and all that you're doing every day for the citizens of the town of Emmitsburg.
And thank you and the county executive gardener for everything you all are doing.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, coming in and talking with me. Hopefully, we can get you back on soon and let us know how things are going there in the town of Emmitsburg.
Okay, I'm open for a weekly show.
Weekly show?
I'm looking for a slot.
Okay, you think you have some time? Yeah.
No, great, thank you very much. Thank you, Roger.
Thank
Great
you.
to be here.
Well, that wraps up this episode of All Around Town. I look forward to seeing you all around town.